You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. Right now, we're about to bring you latest official engagements of Mr. Governor in recent times. First,
recipient to step forward, His Excellency Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, the Governor of Lagos State.
in recognition of his outstanding accomplishments, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was conferred with the award of the prestigious degree Doctor Public Administration at the 14th convocation ceremony of the Ajayi Crowther University recently in Oyo State.
Chancellor, sir, Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu has been found worthy by the Senate and Council of this university and by records of his notable accomplishments to be deserving of the award of the prestigious degree of Doctor of Public Administration honoris causa at this convocation.
The Lagos State Budget Revenue Stakeholders Retreat, which held in Lagos, saw various presentations, analyses, and permutations by key stakeholders and experts, bringing to the fore key strategic challenges and issues with the sole focus to improve the revenue base of Lagos State. One critical aspect of great concern to Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was the issue of low returns from land use charge in the state. Mr. Governor, however, in his analysis, suggested possible ways of improving revenue generated from land use charge.
When we came in, it was zero. Zero because, there was a particular year where the last administration, it was a total, noise dive of land use charge. But you also can, see that even with our growth in enumeration on a depressed budget, we are doing 17%. So that in itself cannot be acceptable, right? And we also know that, yes, it's true, we've given consultants in 5 divisions and all of that. I thought what you probably would have suggested is with EGIS coming up, with a lot of mapping, that will give precision as into what the properties also look like, it will make, dispatch of bills a lot faster, and we can do a lot more follow-up after that. Yes, it's true, we need community engagement. So in some localities, in some areas, but the real center of the city, where 80-20, where the 80% you are meant to be taking, there really no distraction of any traditional ruler or something. So we just need to be able to be more intentional. Let's try and get the bills out early in the year and have a strategy around follow up, and be able to get those numbers wrap up very, very quickly. Those 5 consultants that you can do a review next week, 2 weeks, and say if 2 of them are not done well or not, fire them. I don't know what are the terms of engagement, or you can actually ask them to go if you think that they've not done well. But like I said, with EGIS and all of that, there's nothing stopping us from getting the bills ready by the end of January or latest by February, so that we can, begin to see how we can, and the rates as well. People have come to me privately and said to me that, Governor, how can you do Thompson Avenue? Commissioner knows. How can you do Milverton, do all of those high-end properties in Ikoyi, and we're charging them 42,000 naira? They said it's an insult because they are sitting on 4,000 square meters of prime estate. Some of the values of those properties, people were selling those properties at 700 million. Now they're doing 3 billion. And we're still sending them bills of 45,000, 74,000, when they said that they can conveniently pay 4 million, 5 million. We're not saying that should reflect also in Alimosho, but people have come up to say to us that, Mr. Governor, we've seen what you have done. The value you have done in regeneration of Ikoyi and VI alone can indeed give us 4 folds of our total budget size that we have now. And so that's where we need to start a conversation. And it's only when we explain to them that if they do well, we can do a bit of, subsidy in those other places, in other parts of the state where, it might be a lot more difficult for us to collect. Because development of what we're doing, we're not leaving any part of the city alone. And once you do Lekki Epe Express Road, the plot of land that you all know that they are selling for 300,000 per plot is now 1.4 million, is now 1.8 million. That's value that we've created.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, recently launched the year 2023 Nigerian Legion Remembrance Day emblem in Lagos. Mr. Governor, who used the occasion to congratulate the new executive, promised to support the Legion by addressing their requests and equally urging them to uphold high level of professionalism in the discharge of their duties.
History behind what you have all done, given the history behind where even our country is, where the global world is. Your service at this point cannot be, overemphasized. And so I want to say to you that we understand and we appreciate that you deserve as much support that we could give, and you deserve as much support as you've requested for. Right? We will take our time to go through each and every one of them and see which one we will be able to deal with. You've said to us that the things that you have highlighted, that I should implement them within my second term of 4 years. It's like counting the chicken before they are hatched. We are still in the period of electioneering. We don't want to take Lagosians for granted. Elections will not happen until February and March, and we're all out canvassing to have led by example this morning, to have gone to collect my PVC, and I want to enjoin all of our citizens, all of you, if you have words, if you have children, or if you have relatives that you need to encourage or inform to go collect their PVC, please go ahead and collect it. Commander is only after collecting the PVC and they go and vote and declare winner that this second term will now become effective. But I like your enthusiasm and I like your spiritual belief that we will win. We will win because we believe Lagosians too will do the right thing and they will do the proper thing. And it's also because we believe that we have earned it. We have worked very, very hard and will continue to do that. So you are on the right track, but it's not happen until when it is happening. So we take it and we'll continue to do our very best to ensure that we'll earn the trust, and the commitments of our people.
In fulfillment of his civic responsibility, the Lagos State Governor recently visited the Lagos Island office of INEC to collect his PVC. He, however, enjoined Lagosians and Nigerians in general to do same.
Because I did a redesignation of my address, where I was and where I am now, I had to move my polling unit, and I'm here to demonstrate with all of our citizens that I've complied. I've come to pick my reprinted voters card, and I want to enjoin, and I want to ask everyone, let us seize this opportunity to go out and collect our PVC. I have collected mine. You can see that I'm at the INEC office here and it's peaceful. Within 2 minutes, they sorted it out and I signed to collect my own. So my advice is for all of us that still have our PVCs uncollected, please come out and collect and do the rightful thing. It's only with this that you can participate in next year's election. I wish all of us the very best, and as we go into this exercise, I hope that it's something that we'll take very seriously as another civic responsibility. Thank you very much.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, conducted a groundbreaking ceremony and redevelopment of the Igbo High Court alongside some of his key executive members recently in Lagos. Mr. Governor, who went down memory lane as to what actually happened to the High Court, assured Lagosians that the state government will do all it takes to build a better and stronger edifice.
This is a significant and an important event that we cannot but gloss over and not let history be put in proper perspective and put the record very straight. And so that's why I'm humbled that you've all turned out this morning to witness the groundbreaking and the redevelopment of our heritage, something that has been part of the Lagos story. The Lagos High Court here in Igboshere. And a lot of people have given it different names. It's not just an historic edifice, but it was, and it will come back to be the oldest facility that continues to discharge justices in our country and in the state of Lagos. This was an edifice that indeed has been in existence before any of us in this place here today. But like we all know, events that happened about 2 years and 2 months ago, to be precise, endless, needless protests that befell our city. Nothing that we knew about, nothing that we caused, nothing that was generated by us. In fact, activity that we took the charge and we led to bring about with an amicable solution. It's part of our history, but as people, as resilient people, no matter how many it falls down, is the ability to raise up, to rise up, and pick up whatever it is and come out stronger, bigger, and better, so that you do not allow the forces that must have brought you down have a field day. That's why we have decided to let the whole world know that indeed the reconstruction and the rebuilding of Igboshere High Court is live, is direct, and we will all be alive to see the completion by the grace of God.
And finally, from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was recently decorated as Grand Patron of Oriwo Club in Ikorodu. Mr. Governor, who was appreciative of the honor, used the occasion to highlight the key major infrastructural developments his government has been able to put in place in the town, and equally mentioned ongoing projects.
I think it's important for me to, as much as I can remember, modestly say a few things that we have done all around the Ikorodu division, and the fact that we intend to also do a lot more. His Royal Majesty Oba Sekumade had commended and thanked us for doing the Ipakodo Sekumade Road, which we will commission in January. We're trying to clean up the roundabout. But we've also commissioned and completed the Tamaga Iwelepe Road, and that's phase 1. The phase 2 of it is also ongoing, going towards Idagberi Bay, and we want to also go towards Ijede so that we can complete that whole loop. We have also completed, the jetty, the floating jetty at Ijede. The very, very difficult Agric shower is ongoing. We're pushing it to ensure that it's about 60%, 65% right now. Passion Olorunfunmi is always reminding me about Igbogbo Bayeku Road, right? We know that we're also owing some of the buildings that were demolished there. I gave him commitment that we will still pay the outstanding compensation on that road, and I'm giving those commitments again, we will pay. I know that it's been a road in which the contractor is moving in and out, but we will complete that road. The Igbogbo going towards Igbogbo town, I think we've done extensive rehabilitation there. We are also doing a lot around the roundabout here. KBC also mentioned it. We sat with KBC at that time, and we're trying to see what kind of a traffic solution we needed to bring to the roundabouts. We felt that a bridge, there's going to be a lot of demolition that will even affect maybe the central mosque and all of that. And we said a traffic widening of that road will be, a better solution. And I'm sure you know that your son is the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation. I take responsibility, but he gets a whooping if you don't do it well. And you can see coming there that the widening is taking place, but because it's a road that is being used every day, the contractor we cannot completely take and block the road. So we have to be very creative on how we do it. But I'm sure before we finish the dry season, we should have almost completed our road between now and May next year.
And that's the package from the governor's office segment on the City of Lagos TV show. The show will continue right after this timeout.